What's up, sports fans? What's up, world? This is MC Ron with his co-host.
Yes, Kenneth.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. We are the sports podcast that always keeps it real about sports talk. I want to give a congratulations to the young GOAT, Carlos Alcaraz, for beating Djokovic, my GOAT, Novak Djokovic, in straight sets to win his second straight Wimbledon title. He defended his Wimbledon title and won it. I'm not mad. I'm really not. Alcaraz is actually one of my favorite players now because I've been saying that I've been looking for another tennis player to actually because I know Djokovic is at the end of his career, like he's nearing the end. All right, so I need to find another favorite. So that's Carlos Alcaraz. I kind of felt like it was going this way. I've called this man the young GOAT. I've said this man had up next. I've heaped so much praise on this man. So this young man, and now I think he's up to 4 Grand Slams now, 4 or 5, and it's been so he's really like I said, if there is a guy that can surpass Novak Djokovic in Grand Slams and get a 25th one outside of Rafa, because I don't think his career is over just yet. It's this guy right here, Carlos Alcaraz. This guy has the ability to say, hey, this guy has the ability for us to be saying, hey, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT tennis player. But yeah, congrats to him. Just want to give a quick congratulations. Also, KJ, your guy, Medvedev, lost to Alcaraz. That's all.
Y'all, some of y'all out there with superpowers, y'all saw me. But for the ones who don't have superpowers, I just rolled my eyes behind these screens. I just want to let y'all know that.
I'm just saying. That's all I care about. That's really all I really cared about, because I had a feeling that Djokovic wasn't going to win the tournament as long as Alcaraz was in it. However, as long as Medvedev didn't win, that's all that matters. But we're recording this podcast on July 17th, 2024 at 4:23 p.m. in the afternoon. Summer is almost over for this teacher right here, but it's okay. Whew. But elsewhere in the sports world, we haven't done a full of football topics in quite a bit, I think. And a big one is Brandon Aiyuk. He has a trade request out there. I think this has been like kind of old news, probably like last month, but it's okay. We're talking about it right now. So, KJ, how do you feel about this Brandon Aiyuk trade request?
I actually don't know how I feel about it. So for a while, there's been speculation, that they were going to either move Debo or move Brandon Aiyuk. They talk about it every year, but this time, he's actually requested a trade, and man, I don't know how I feel about it, bro. Like, and on one hand, I'm like, okay, but to where? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be careful because you are leaving a team with a bunch of talent, and I mean offensively, defensively, and in the coaching areas.
Yep.
So if you leave in, you are also in an NFC whose really only other scary team, I would say, is who? Philly?
Probably, yes. Yep.
So you want to leave the East and go to the West? Or you want to leave your team and go to one of these lesser teams in the East who you've already beaten up on? I don't know. How you feel about it?
One thing I hope does not happen, and I've been hearing that he wants to go, like us trading him, them trading him to my team, the Commanders, because Brandon Aiyuk did play with Jaden Daniels. Yes, Jaden Daniels was in college that long, but
together, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they played together at Arizona State. Jaden Daniels was at Arizona State before he was actually Jaden Daniels that was there. I remember I think he was there when Herm Edwards was still the coach at Arizona State. But yeah, that's one thing. My thing is, if I had to choose between trading Debo and Brandon Aiyuk, I think you need to trade the lesser of the two receivers. I'm going to try to trade Debo actually instead. Now I understand Debo probably is more versatile as a player, but you getting Christian McCaffrey kind of made Debo a little bit expendable because
honestly, I thought they were going to get rid of Debo right after they got Christian.
Yeah, because like they kind of do the same thing. Like you can do the same things you do with Debo, you can do with Christian McCaffrey. However, if I'm the 49ers, I would try to keep all the pieces there. Keep Debo, keep Brandon Aiyuk. With the Mr. Madden cover himself, Christian McCaffrey. With their quarterback Brock Purdy, like with George Kittle, like having all those weapons in tow just makes that offense, that much better. To be perfectly honest,
it's the reason why they're so good, because they have so many offensive weapons. Now, if Brandon Aiyuk is a really underrated wide receiver. Now he's one of the best route runners in the league. Yeah. And if the Niners lose him, they're scary. They're scary. Them on the scary meter is dropping a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, keep all of them. What they need to do, honestly, since Brock Purdy is still on a rookie deal, I still think he has 2 years left?
Yeah.
2 years left on his rookie deal. Y'all need to pay these people and front load them deals. These next 2 years, y'all need to be paying folks. And then after that, you see what you're going to do. But I don't know. I mean, if you were Debo, and you requested, first of all, if you're Debo, why would you request a trade? That's my question to you.
What do you mean, Brandon Aiyuk?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would? Well, because there have been. I guess the 49ers have been trying to trade one of their wide receivers, well, both their wide receivers. So it's like, hey, if you don't. Oh no, that's why I think Brandon Aiyuk wants, a new deal with the 49ers. I think that's, if I remember correctly, that's the story. Brandon Aiyuk wants a new deal with the 49ers. I think he wants a new long-term deal with them. And, because he sees a guy like Justin Jefferson getting paid now. And so because he's reset the wide receiver market. And so now if you're going to re-sign, especially Brandon Aiyuk is their number one wide receiver. Hopefully people understand that. So Brandon Aiyuk's looking like, hey, I'm a number one receiver. Justin Jefferson, look what he got paid. I need to get paid around that same amount.
They're kind of messing up. They kind of messed themselves up by not paying Debo sooner. Because if they knew Justin Jefferson was going to get a contract, and I keep calling him Debo, they messed up by not giving Aiyuk a contract sooner. Because if they knew Justin Jefferson was going to get a new contract, I'm sorry, Aiyuk, you are not Justin Jefferson. I am not paying you that much money. I'm not paying you $200 million guaranteed. That's quarterback salary. So they really should have. If they really should have paid him earlier. I ain't gonna lie, but hey, you snooze, you lose.
Because we know, if the guys that on offense are going to get paid, one is going to be the quarterback, of course. But also, the wide receivers, especially if they're good, they're elite receivers, they're going to get their money too, because guess what? You want to pair your elite QB and his elite elite number one option. You want to keep those two together. Like that. That's just like how the Bengals. Did they pay Jamar Chase?
Nope.
But
they might have. I would have to look back at my notes, but I think
yeah, I think they did.
Before Justice.
I know they didn't pay T. Higgins. They said T. Higgins where's my money? They're like, nah, dude, you're a number two. we ain't paying you the money that we're gonna pay Jamar Chase. We'll pay Jamar Chase that money. We ain't paying you that money.
But hey, look, T. Higgins, if you listening, bro, There's a nice little comfy spot in Baltimore, right by the bay. You go downstairs. You go get you some good seafood, man. Some fresh cod.
Nah.
Come get you
But yeah.
roll, man.
But yeah, that's the reason why you leave the 49ers, even though it is a great situation to be in for him. But it's like, yeah, it's a great situation, but I need to be paid like a number one wide receiver that I am. Y'all ain't about to pay me like I'm a number 2 or a number 3 receiver. No, I ain't accepting that kind of money. I'm also not accepting though I think they did they franchise tag him? But either way, they're like, nah, I need to get paid like a number 1 receiver. If y'all ain't gonna pay me like a number 1 receiver, I'm gonna go somewhere else that is gonna pay me like a number 1 receiver. Now, what team that is? I don't know. But I hope it's not my Commanders. Now, I'm not saying he would not help, our wide receiver core, not help Jaden Daniels. He really would. However, I don't want to. We already have a number 1 wide receiver in Scary Terry. That's the guy we need to take care of. No, we did. Never mind. We did take care of him.
And how old is Scary Terry, bro? Come on.
I think they're around the same age, if I'm correct. Hold on. Let me see.
You would not want the Commanders to trade for Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah, that's the number 1 reason, honestly. Because I'm like, what do we have to give up to get him? Like, because like I saw a whole bunch of Commanders fans say, yeah, we should go get Brandon Aiyuk, trade for him. Like, what do we like? Because we do have the 49ers old president in our front office, the guy who was a big part of putting that team together that the 49ers have. We now have him in our front office.
So you have the head coach. I mean, not head coach. You have the owner.
No, the president. I think he was the team president.
You have the president who just left the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to bring in his former receiver that he brought in already, who's doing outstandingly well and deserves a new deal. And you also have the ability to pair him with a quarterback a rookie quarterback whom he's already played with. And you telling me that continuity is not good? It wouldn't be good.
I'm not saying it
wouldn't be what you wanted. Is what I'm
I'm not saying that I don't want Brendan Aiyuk on my team. I don't want it. Depending on what we trade for him, I know. Nah, it's like if we got to give up an arm and a leg to get Brendan Aiyuk, keep him, because we got 2 good wide receivers in Scary Terry and Jahan Dotson. That's our 2 receivers, right? Like, so now. Once again, he will add to our team, because guess what? We get Brandon Aiyuk, then we still have Scary Terry, and then we have Jahan Dotson going in the slot. That's a great receiver trio right there.
Literally.
So
that would really help out your rookie quarterback. I mean, hey, that's what Chicago's doing with their rookie quarterback.
It depends on what we're going to trade. I'm not saying I'm against the trade. It depends on how much we are trading the 49ers. It depends. But yeah, that's why a lot of people are saying, like, Aiyuk might get traded to my Commanders because we have the former president there that was like literally just there, I think, last season or the season before, but basically was a big part of putting that team together.
Is his name John Lynch?
No, it wasn't John Lynch. I forgot his name.
I'm thinking, John Lynch is a GM.
Yeah, he's the GM, but we took the president. I keep on forgetting his name, but yeah.
Okay. So if you were Scary Terry, who would you want to go to? Realistically,
we ain't gonna trade Scary Terry.
Not Scary Terry. I'm so sorry. If you were Brandon Aiyuk, I don't know why I can't think of his name today. If you were Brandon Aiyuk, and this is my topic, if you were Brandon Aiyuk, where would you want to go? Outside of the Commanders.
Where'd you want to go?
Yeah.
A team that, because if I'm Brandon Ayuk, I want to go to a team that's a contender because I'm coming from a contender. I'm not about to go from a contender to a pretender. That's not. That's
No
not. That's not.
downgrade here, 10 toes.
Yeah, we don't. Oh, by the way, Scary Terry is 28 years old and Brandon Ayuk is 25. No, 26.
I'm taking Brandon Aiyuk, bro.
He's about a couple years young. He's a couple years older, but they're around the same age. It's okay. But yeah. If I'm Brandon Aiyuk, I want to go once again contender, like a team, maybe like your Ravens, or maybe the Bills.
Yeah.
Not the Bengals. They can't pay. They can't pay. Yeah. Maybe the no. I was about to say maybe the Eagles. Nah, I don't. Though their offense would be freaking scary if he got traded to the Eagles. Just imagine a trio of receivers of Brandon Ayuk, AJ Brown, and then you got Devontae Smith.
In the slot. Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, they would easily take over the NFC.
No, but I if I'm Brandon Ayuk, I'd be thinking about going. I could go there, but once again, do the Eagles have, the 49ers wouldn't just straight up, they'd be like, hey, you got to either give us AJ Brown or Devontae Smith if we're going to give you Brandon Ayuk. And I wouldn't make that if I were the Eagles, I wouldn't make that deal. I'm not gonna. I want all three receivers. I'm not gonna just trade you receiver for receiver. No, that ain't. Where else can I see him going? Maybe the Lions. Like I said, a contender, a team that's definitely going to improve if they got him. Oh, here's a place that that's not a contender, but it'd be a nice place for him to go. To the LA Chargers, because they need a receiver.
Ooh, just send him across the bay.
Yeah, so that way he's not in the NFC. He's in the AFC. And guess what? I think the Chargers the Chargers would definitely pay him, because guess what? They got no other receivers outside of their first round pick last year, Quentin Johnson. So yeah.
And on top of that, not only would you be sending him to a place where he can thrive, you would also be sending him to a team a rival team in the division of the team that beat you in the Super Bowl last year.
Exactly.
That's actually a great pick. I would have never thought of that.
I just thought, I was like, wait a minute. It's like, I was just thinking of contenders, but I just think a perfect place that that's for Aiyuk to get as much targets as he would want, being a number one receiver. San Diego. Even though they're not not San Diego, LA, the LA Chargers. See, that's what they should be called, the San Diego Chargers. But anyway, but yeah, they need.
I got three teams for you.
What are your three teams?
I'm thinking. At first, I was thinking the Cardinals. I was like, ooh, Kyler Murray, Brandon Aiyuk, and McBride down there. That's nasty. But that's in the division. They will never do that. Okay, so dump them. I'm thinking of now. He would be a very nice fit for my team, the Baltimore Ravens. The first team I'm thinking of is a team inside of my division in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he would make a great Pittsburgh Steeler, honestly. And they just got rid of Deontay Johnson, so you know what I'm saying. They could definitely use a number one, even though we love George Pickens.
Yeah.
Or he could either go to the AFC North, or he could take his behind to the AFC East. and either go play with the Buffalo Bills, like you said, because they definitely need a number one, and they're in win now mode, so they'll give up some capital.
Yep.
Or
And we don't.
huh?
Oh no, keep on going.
Or he can go out and hit and help out a team that we tend to talk about next in the New York Jets.
Hmm.
They could definitely use another receiver. I ain't gonna say definitely, but they could use Brandon Aiyuk. We understand that that Garrett Wilson is good, but they need more. They need more.
And speaking of the Jets, another wide receiver that can possibly go there, Davante Adams, the guy that I believe is still no receiver, wide receiver one. I'm just joking. That's Justin Jefferson. But anyway, but in some people's estimation, still the best wide receiver in the league. What do we think? Davante Adams possibly going to the Jets and reuniting with Aaron Rodgers. What?
First of all, I would love it. The fact that they're following each other around the league is very bromancy to me. I fuck with it. Excuse my language. But I mean, come on, man. At this point, the Raiders are not. They're not even. The only thing that they're contending for is a better play, is a better draft position. So, free my man, free my man, Davante. Look, the one time we not talking about Brandon Aiyuk, I want to say his name. Man, yeah, free Davante Adams, bro, and go to. I mean, at this point, I don't care where Davante Adams goes because he can't go to the Chiefs. So send him.
That's a cheat code.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna. If you are the commissioner of the National Football League, you're not letting that happen.
That's a KD move to Golden State Warriors right there.
No, they're about to Chris Paul. They would Chris Paul that trade.
I
No,
know.
sir. But yeah, send him to the Jets, bro. Let him go play. Let him and Aaron Rodgers go play out the rest of their careers together and frolic. If the Jets win a Super Bowl, okay, they're cool. That's just more revenue for the NFL. That's just another story to build on top of. And nobody's really gonna be mad. It's the Jets. Who hates the Jets outside of Jets fans?
Who hates the Jets outside of Jets?
And Giants fans. Giants fans hate the Jets, but
and Patriots fans too.
They exist. I'm doing a wellness check for Patriots fans out there. How y'all feeling?
They had a dynasty, and then for the last 5 years, it's been gone. But how do I feel about Davante Adams possibly going to the Jets? I would actually like that. I would actually like to see that. That'd be very, very interesting. You know, like I said, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams have that. You know, they have that chemistry together. So, I mean, if I'm the Jets, you have a window with Aaron Rodgers. I think I said it before last season that you basically have a 2-year window with Aaron Rodgers to win a championship. Like once you made that deal and got Aaron Rodgers and send Zach Wilson off to the shadow realm, you made sure you basically put yourself on a timetable saying, "Hey, you only got to have a couple of years to win a championship. You put yourself in win now mode. You need to make the best of that window." So, if you're the Jets, there's a possibility of you being able to trade for Davante Adams, listen, you got to throw everything. You got to throw everything in the kitchen sink. You've got to maximize your championship window because who cares about the draft picks in 2025 and 2026 right now? Who cares when you're trying to maximize your champion? Yeah, exactly. So honestly, that's a team that should probably once again. I think you mentioned that also try to get Brandon Aiyuk, but yes, if you have it, Jess, if you have the possibility, and if the Raiders are making Davante Adams available for a trade, you need to do everything possible to get him. Because, like I said, you've only got a couple-year window with Aaron Rodgers. All right? And we don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is going to play like the Aaron Rodgers of, the MVP Aaron Rodgers of 2020 and 2021. Because last time we saw Aaron Rodgers play a full season, he was a lesser version of himself. So you're not even sure if he's going to be the Aaron Rodgers, the MVP Aaron Rodgers that we all know and love. But to make sure that he can be, like I said, for example, when Tom Brady won his championship with the Buccaneers, we thought he was washed leaving the Patriots, but he went to the Bucs. But what did the Bucs have? They had a plethora of receivers. They had definitely two solid ones in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Why don't we do the same thing for Aaron Rodgers? Make sure he has two solid receivers and Garrett Wilson, and if you can get him, get yourself a Davante Adams. That way you are maximizing Aaron Rodgers. You're maximizing your window to win the championship, because that's all that matters. It's championship or bust. It's not, hey, let's see if we can get 10 wins. No, it's not. No, that's out the window. It is championship or bust.
The caveat is, one, what would you give up? We know two number ones are going away this year and the year after. Because you got this year that they're playing, and then say next year if they don't have Aaron Rodgers and they're bad, that's better compensation for the Raiders. But
yeah,
you also did bring in Mike Williams. Understandably, he is hurt, but he is still 6'4", 220. Okay, that's a big receiver. So what would you give up in what would your offense even look like? Like, would you have Mike Williams in the slot? Would you have Garrett Wilson in the slot? Would you have Davante Adams in the slot? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's a good problem to have, but
I mean, I would actually flip flop Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson in the slot each time, because Davante Adams can work in the slot. He did that in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Even though he was the number one receiver, they moved him all around the field. So, like you said, that's a good problem to have. But I'm just saying, if you want to maximize an Aaron Rodgers and maximize, your championship window, you're trading for Davante Adams, and you're giving the Raiders whatever is reasonable that you can give them. Don't give away everything, but you might have to give away the kitchen sink. But yes, will it hurt you in 2025, 27, 26 when it comes to picks and stuff like that? Of course. However, you win a championship this year by trading for Davante Adams. Guess what? It's worth it. No matter what, it's worth it. It's like the Matthew Stafford trade that the Rams made. Guess what? That trade literally won them the championship. Literally won them a Super Bowl. So you do that 10 times out of 10. They got their championship. That's what Jared Goff wasn't giving them what they need to get them over the hump. Matthew Stafford did. So yeah, that's just interesting. But speaking of quarterbacks, KJ, let's go ahead and rank our top 10 quarterbacks coming into this season. So I'm gonna let you go first, KJ. Rank who is in your top 10.
Well, first and foremost, I saw a list where NFL execs, coaches, and all of that, scouts, put out a list of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, and I had some questions. I've took, they have number one, obviously Patrick Mahomes. Number two, Joe Burrow. Then you have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford, Herbert, Stroud, Rodgers, Goff, and Dak Prescott. Now this is the time where I take out my red pen. My educated friends know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
Bad students, y'all understand what I'm talking about. Why is Lamar Jackson below Josh Allen? Why is he number 4?
Because that's where he belongs. He belongs below Josh. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, I'm not feeling it. I personally think when I think about my top 10, okay, I'm putting everybody in the back here, right?
Yeah.
Talking about each individual player with no injuries, right? Let's say next year it's like we playing Madden and we turn the injuries off. Who is the best quarterback? Number 1, obviously you have Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Yeah. Number 2, this is where Lamar Jackson goes. I don't know why he down there at number 4, below Joe Burrow. Lamar Jackson is number 2. I will allow questions after the list, but for right now, Lamar Jackson is number 2. Then, at 3 and 4, you can flip-flop Joe Burrow and Josh Allen if this was regular. Because, I personally feel like Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Josh Allen, but Joe Burrow is always hurt. Now, when Joe Burrow is healthy, yeah, better than Josh Allen. He's more accurate in everything. He has a better arm. Well, I ain't gonna say a stronger arm, but a better arm. It ain't stronger, but that arm more refined.
I'm gonna let you get.
I'm cooking right now. At number 5, if y'all see me hesitate, it's because I re-looked at this list and I realized that I left a player out, and I gotta slide my boy in there. At number 5, I had Herbert. I had Justin Herbert rounding at the top 5. But instead of Herbert, you got to put in C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is definitely a top 5 quarterback in this league. I understand he only had one season, and I understand that goes against my rule. I have to give people a second year to understand really what I got. But I've seen Justin Fields. I mean, not Justin Fields. I'm sorry. I've seen C.J. Stroud play in college. I saw him play in his first year. I don't need to see no more. That man is a good quarterback. Okay, I know one that he passed the eye test. So you have him at number 5. Then that's where you put your boy Herbert. Then you have Hurts. That's when it gets tough. Because I have Goff, Stafford, and Jordan Love. But one of y'all got to go. And because I've only seen one good year of Jordan Love, you have to go, my buddy. Then at 9 and 10, you can interchange Goff and Stafford. With 2 honorable mentions to Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield, because people don't be giving them boys no credit, and they are good quarterbacks. But in the top 10, you have Patty, Lamar, Burrow, Josh, CJ, Herbert, Hurts, Goff, and Staff. Staff and Goff, because I like Stafford better. Just a preference.
All right, let's go ahead and do. I'm going to start from the bottom, go to the top. First, my honorable mentions. I got to honorable mention Aaron Rodgers and C.J. Stroud. I'm not going to put C.J. Stroud in. The only reason why I'm not putting C.J. Stroud in, even though the reason why, like you said, it was his rookie season. I have to see it a second year for me to put you in the top 10. Because if we're going to put guys in the top 10 after one season, that means we got to do that. We should have done that for Justin Herbert. We should have done that for a lot of quarterbacks. But
we should have did that for Herbert.
I have to see it again. I have to see it again for me to definitively, because honestly, if I would have put him in my list, he'd be in the top 5 like you.
That's
the only reason.
it goes against like our code. But for me personally, I just some people just sometimes you got exceptions.
Sometimes, yes, you do have exceptions to the rule, but and I like literally kind of changed it because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna because the thing is, if I'm gonna make an exception for C.J. Stroud, you gotta make the same exception for a guy like Jordan Love. But it depends. It's alright. But honorable mention, Aaron Rodgers, C.J. Stroud. All right. You know what? No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep my top 10 away.
10 toes.
Okay.
Don't let me.
All right, no problem. All right, number 10. I'm gonna start at 10. Go up to 1. Number 10. I got Matt Stafford. I think people don't realize how good Matt Stafford is. The funny part is about Matt Stafford is that he's actually the second oldest quarterback in the league, right under Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Like we have now reached to a point where Matthew Stafford is the second oldest quarterback in the league, and I'm like mind boggled. I'm like, you can't be real. Like it's been that long. Like 5 years ago, he was one of the youngest. Well, he wasn't one of the youngest, but he was like at least in the middle of the pack. now he got up all the way in. But number 10 Stafford. Number 9 I have Tua. I know what people say with him and the Dolphins, and we've actually said on this podcast that, you know what, we feel like if they had a quarterback with like strong arm strength, better talent, that they would be better. That there's a certain ceiling with Tua that if you had another quarterback that they would surpass it. However, the way Tua has been playing these past 2 years, and the way and how the Dolphins have been honestly a good team. When Tua has been in the lineup and the starting, they have been a really good team. Well, not really good to really good team. And yes, Tua may have weaknesses when it comes to like, you know, his arm talent, but everything else is pretty good as a quarterback. So gotta give Tua to it. Number 8, I got Jalen Hurts. My second favorite quarterback in the league. Just like love what he brings to the table. 7, Dak Prescott. Yes, I can be objective when it comes to the Cowgirls and Dakota Prescott. 6, got my man Jared Goff. 5, I got Justin Herbert. 4, your guy Lamar Jackson. The reason why I think
he wears number 8, not number 4. just do the math and put him in 2.
No, I just think yes, he's a 2-time MVP. All of that, I know what Lamar brings to the table. I feel like there's still more. Like I think he can develop more as a passer. Still, there's still little deficiencies as a passer. But his totality, what he brings to the table, running, passing, and all that, right. You can't put him. You can't put him out of the top 5.
This is not a conversation of who's the best passer. Because if that's the case, man, if not Patrick, CJ might be number 1. Talking about quarterback.
Exactly. Everything that goes in their ability to scramble, to run, like everything. But that's number 3. That's where I got Joe Burrow. Joe Cool. Come on. Number 2 is my MVP and the soon-to-be MVP of the 2024-25 season. I am predicting it. I'm not getting off this bandwagon. My MVP, the MVP, the soon-to-be MVP, Josh Allen. That's where he belongs. All right? So you're tired of people disrespecting Josh Allen, saying Lamar's better than him, saying Joe Burrow's better than him. The only quarterback that's better than him is my number 1, Patrick Mahomes. But, you know, we've all known that. We all know Patrick Mahomes is, you know, the number 1 quarterback in the league. But let's get back to all this Josh Allen stuff. Yes, this is kind of a mini rant, but it's okay. So you're tired of people disrespecting my guy. Like, y'all, how can y'all look at How can y'all look at Josh Allen and look at Joe Burrow? And the only reason why I don't know, the only reason why people rank Joe Burrow ahead of Josh Allen is because, he's 3-1 against Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's the only reason.
That's the to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Yes, does now. And Joe Burrow probably protects the ball a little bit better than Josh Allen. But still, we talk about. No, he does not throw the ball better than you.
More accurate, bro.
No. Y'all, you disrespect disrespecting my guy Josh Allen. Stop disrespecting him.
Go.
You're about to see this season.
Talk about Patrick Mahomes while I fact check you right quick.
No, I'm watching the. I don't care.
Nah, talk about.
Yeah, Joe Burrow may have. I do believe Joe Burrow does have a higher completion percentage than Josh Allen. Josh
Allen is at 60. I'll round him up. He's at 67. Let's see what Burrow out here doing.
I'm pretty certain Joe Burrow's a higher completion percentage than Josh Allen.
Huh. Actually, okay, it's so close. I have to be technical now. So Josh Allen's completion percentage was 66.7.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow's is 66.8.
By a 0.1. Listen.
Much better. He's literally that. It's literally that much of a difference. I feel like between him and Josh Allen. I don't know. Joe Cool got that factor, bro. He just got that X factor. Like he that's a baller right there, bro. And he's just so smooth. Come on, bro. Joe Cool. You don't get that for being a dweeb. That's a cool name, bro.
Nah, man. He's not better than White Cam Newton.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
White Cam Newton. You mean Josh? Man.
I had to think about White Cam Newton.
I said, yeah, White Cam Newton.
Yeah, that is White Cam Newton.
This man, Josh Allen. This man sees linebackers and truck. Man, tell me when Joe Burrow trucks a linebacker, man. Come to me.
Joe Burrow ain't got to truck no linebacker, bro. He can.
And neither does Josh Allen. He can move sides.
Joe Cool's so good under pressure, bro. He'll just see him coming from 3 plays away and check it. He'll check out of that play. He ain't even getting hurt. No, I'm lying because that's the same reason why he get hurt. Because his offensive line sucks. But if you gave Joe Burrow a competent offensive line, come on, man.
It's all right.
He throwing down left, right, center.
You can have your Joe Burrow. I'm taking Josh Allen. Give me the playmaker. Give me the guy that makes things happen when everything breaks down. Josh Allen don't need no perfect offensive line for things to be. He doesn't need it. Because if things break down around him, he gonna make a play no matter what.
Not against Joe Burrow. I want to know what their head-to-head is.
I know the last time they faced in the playoffs, the Bengals won.
I stand. You see, prove my point.
That don't matter. Like they both.
Joe Burrow has beaten Josh Allen. Joe Burrow has beaten Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow has beaten Tua. Joe Burrow has beaten everybody, every big quarterback in the AFC, not named Lamar Jackson, in a crucial moment.
So by that logic, Lamar Jackson's the number 1 quarterback in the league.
Nah, because Lamar Jackson can't get past Patrick Mahomes.
But my thing is, it's all right. It's all right. We'll table this discussion for another time because I'm
gonna write that one down and we're gonna make that a topic. We're gonna make that
because I don't like hey, this quarterback beat this quarterback, even though quarterbacks don't play on the defensive side of the football. But yeah, that's it for all the football topics today. Let's talk a little bit NBA basketball. Do you know, KJ, that there is still some NBA free agents out there? Yeah, there's still some. Let me. I know I sent you with a list of.
I saw Gary Trent just got he just went to the Bucks with Dame. I thought that was a pretty good pickup.
Oh, you Gary Trent. Oh, to the Bucks. Oh yeah,
I think that's a pretty good pickup.
But you still have guys like Tyus Jones, Spencer Dinwiddie, Taylor Horton Tucker, Markel Fultz, Gordon Hayward, Robert Covington, Precious Achua, Ronnie Locker IV, and Jay Crowder. So all of these names, these are just like the quote unquote big names, or they're not big names, but like recognizable names that are still free agents. Excuse me, of these guys, KJ, which ones do you think find a team?
Even though I like Jay Crowder, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's gonna find a team if he doesn't come back to Milwaukee. Lonnie Walker definitely needs to find a team. I don't know who needs to pick him up, but somebody needs to get him. I wouldn't mind him coming back to the Lakers, but he already been there, so no. But Precious Achua, that is a really good power forward for somebody. So I can definitely see him getting picked up, Robert Covington getting picked up. I don't know about Horton Tucker. I don't think Horton Tucker or Dinwiddie, because Dinwiddie honestly was on his last leg with the Lakers. So I don't know. But Tyus Jones is an interesting name as well. Who are you looking at?
Guys, I think they're possibly getting picked up. Well, in today's NBA, I think you're always going to they're always going to value, especially for role players, guys that can shoot three and guys that can defend, and really guys that can do both. That's why a guy like Jay Crowder, I think he'll make it. I think he'll still get a team. I think he will guard because he's a 3-and-D guy. That's what this league values. A guy that can, once again, shoot 3 in defense. Maybe even Robert Covington. And once again, another guy that can shoot threes. And once again, Gordon Hayward. Once again, shoot threes. And that's like the main guys. Now, Precious Achua, I'm surprised he's still out. Like, that's a guy. Well, Precious Achua is like once again, like you said, a good power forward, nice, good energy guy, defender, and all that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him back in New York.
I mean, honestly, so I'm glad you kind of brought up the Knicks. I've been thinking about them this week and how they gave up Hartenstein but kept Randall.
Yeah.
They might need another big because your only center for real is Mitchell Robinson. And he's hurt.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, a Precious Achua coming back to New York. I mean, because remember, they did trade him to the Raptors to get OG. Just imagine if they were able to. I would sign them back. It would make that OG trade even look even better for the Knicks.
Yeah, literally.
So like I said, if I'm the Knicks, I would be calling Precious Achua up like, hey, you know our system, you know how to play with us. We need another big. We just got rid of Hartenstein. Why don't you come? Why don't you come? He's gonna probably be more likely to like accept a lesser contract because he's still a free agent out there. Because there are probably not a lot of people offering him, so he's gonna probably be more apt to accept a lesser deal. I see this as a win-win if I'm the Knicks, especially if I'm really trying to. I'm trying to beat the Celtics. They're the defending champions. They're also the number one team in the East. So I'm trying to compete with them. I'm trying to make sure I build a team so I can beat them. I think Precious Achua would be if they call back Precious Achua, great pickup. Tyus Jones, he played with us. I mean, he's a guy. I don't know. It depends. If you need like a point guard that point guard that you could play for like 5 to 10 minutes a game, I think he's valuable. 5, 10, 15 minutes a game, I think he's valuable. But I think Tyus Jones would be more valuable on a contender. If he's on one of the pretenders, he's not going to make much of a difference. But I think he would make a difference on a contending team, a team that's trying to win a championship. So like, I see him making a difference on a team like the Mavericks. Or what if he got signed to like a team like the Celtics? They're not going to get another guard. They got plenty of guards. But a team like the Phoenix Suns, like a team like the Phoenix Suns would definitely benefit, because especially if wait a minute, did they get us? I don't think who's the Phoenix Suns starting point guard, because I think that's one of the things like they're kind of missing, like an actual starting. Yeah, because I think their starting point guard was actually Devin Booker. But just imagine if you had like a Tyus Jones, a solid guy there. I think he would do good in Phoenix. I'm not saying he'd be a whole world beater, but I think he'd do pretty good in Phoenix. If I were Phoenix Suns, I'd give Tyus Jones a call. I'd give him
yeah, because they definitely. I mean, they don't really have they literally don't have a named point guard on this league. Like all of their guards are Jared Allen, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. These are shooting guards. Damian Lee.
Yeah.
Okay, Monte Morris is the only actual point guard I see on this list, and Isaiah Thomas. Tyus Jones is definitely better than Isaiah Thomas. I'll say that.
Isaiah Thomas is more of a shooting guard. Even when he was playing, he was the primary scorer. He was a shooting guard. He was a fairly undersized shooting guard, but a shooting guard nonetheless.
That's a nasty 5'9", man. I know that.
But one guy that is just sad to see on this list is Markelle Fultz. A guy that was drafted in 2017 that had all the promise in the world, and now he's looking for a team.
Now you might gotta bleep me out when I say this when we do our editing, but I don't know. I think they might have how do I want to say this? They might have Tyrod Taylor, Markelle Fultz, if you know what I mean.
They might have Tyrod Taylor, Markelle Fultz. Okay, what do you mean by that?
So you remember when? Let me not even get into it. We'll talk about that.
I gotcha. No problem. But it's just all right. So no problem. But yeah, it's just sad to see, Markelle Fultz, a guy that coming out was, consensus number one pick. A lot of people had a lot of promise, and because people want to use hindsight and say, "Oh, look, Jason Tatum was the best." You see, he was like, no. A lot of people were agreeing that Markelle Fultz was the number one overall pick. A lot of people were like, because I remember I was alive and well. All right, like y'all not going to use hindsight to act like Markelle Fultz wasn't the guy that everybody wanted at number one overall. But yeah, it's just sad to see him go from that to now. He actually might not get another team. So, storming outside, but yeah. But speaking of young players and young drafted players, the NBA Summer League is still going on. Something I want to talk about is, when it comes to Summer League, is why do people put so much stock into Summer League? Like, I don't understand it. Because, KJ, we have seen players play really well in the Summer League, but yet, when it comes to actually, the regular season, and actually, when their career actually starts, they are like kind of nowhere to be seen. And we've seen guys go from complete garbage to now, wow, they're pretty good.
Okay, I have two players since you
Like,
said that. Like the first one I thought about was I was watching the summer league game. I thought about this coach. Can't remember what team it was. I'm seeing the color green in my head. It might be red. um, they were talking about not Gary Trent. They were talking about Gary Harris.
yeah,
You remember Gary Harris from Michigan State, the shooting
yep,
guard, good at 3.
yep,
And
yep.
I always thought Gary Harris was a really good I keep wanting to say quarterback, was a really good basketball player, but we haven't heard Gary Harris' name in a long time, and now I've seen apparently he been in the G League. I'm not in the G League, in the summer league games and stuff. So, and then the other player, so that's a player that we thought was gonna be really good, but then wasn't. But then
Well, he was solid. I mean, he was solid with the Magic.
I thought so, but on the flip side, you got Giannis.
Yeah,
Giannis is the prototypical developmental player.
yeah.
That man had the body. I mean, that man had the frame, and they filled out his body and made his talents better. And now he's the Greek freak. He done won a championship. He done won an MVP, I think. All NBA, All Star, Olympian. Probably would be on our Olympic team if he definitely would be on our Olympic team if he was American.
Mhm.
If we Joel and beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the summer league is kind of just a place where talent, I feel like, goes to shine or don't. Talent goes. It's a place where talent goes to show itself, and if it don't show itself, then shoot.
Like, for example, Wemby didn't have the best summer league. He did not. I mean, he had games where his first game in summer league, I think he didn't play all that well. He went like 1 for something. Like, he did not play very well in summer league, but he was blocking shots and all of that. And now, fast forward at the end of the season, now we're saying, hey, if this is the worst version of when we're going to see, this guy might become the GOAT. He became Rookie of the Year and all that. But people were saying in summer league, because I remember people were saying, "Oh, look, Wemby looks like a bust." People were out for the first game in summer league because he didn't play particularly well, especially offensively. That first game of the summer league, I remember specifically because I tuned in to watch that game. And afterwards, people were saying, "Oh, but people don't want to actually admit that they don't want." But that's neither here nor there. And now, but then we see the regular season came, Wemby was put around better players, and oh my God, this guy's Rookie of the Year. And I said the same thing, like Alex Sarr played horrible last night. This man went like 0 for 15. And now people say, "Oh, he's a bust. He's not the number 2 pick." Remember, same thing people were saying about Wemby, though, because honestly, Alex Sarr really hasn't been playing very well offensively, honestly, this whole summer league. But what he has been doing is playing really well on the defensive end. Once again, similar to Wembanyama in that fact. Let's wait until these guys get around better players, get around the actual starters, because the players that they're around right now, that they're playing with now, a lot of them are either going to be in the G League or out the league entirely, or playing in Taiwan or something. So let's temper our expectations. The prime example I use is like a guy like Kevin Knox when the Knicks drafted him.
Dang.
This man, his rookie year, I think he averaged like 20 in the summer league. This man was looking excellent. What happened when the regular season started?
No, I'm just piggybacking off you. I'm just ad-libbing.
Yeah, no, there's no problem. But yeah, what happened when the season started? And then what happened to his subsequent career? Not once again, not to make fun of him or anything like that, but
I mean, to keep it a buck, he went from averaging 20-something in the Southern League and had showing promise to getting cut or traded by my Detroit Pistons after already being on other teams. So
exactly, playing well in summer league is not an automatic, because I hear people talking now about Reed Shepherd, and he's playing very well in summer league. And people are saying, "Oh, he should have been the number one overall pick." Look at this, look at that. Let's wait till he actually faces guys like a Giannis, guys like a Luka Doncic, guys like a Jokic, like when you actually get full-time starters, guys who actually are playing in the NBA day in and day out, not guys who are going to be in the G League or be in Taiwan. Let's wait.
I think Patrick Beverly just signed overseas with a Taiwanese Asian team.
Shout out to Pat Bev. Shout out to Pat Bev. Shout out to Patrick Beverly, the guy. Yeah, Patrick Beverly's NBA career might be over. I mean, when you sign over with it, I don't know, because I still think a guy like Dwight Howard can contribute to an NBA team. Huh?
I was saying, being on topic, like, look at your guy Alex Sark. Like,
yeah,
he just played last night. Did he play
horrible?
No, he was 0 for 15 from the field, 0 for 7 from 3. All right, he didn't play good at all. But I also see like people like bashing summer league. Like, I'm not about to watch summer league. This is just summer league. Like, these players aren't good. They may not be good. They may be good. But I personally think the summer league is a time for players to go and execute plays or execute certain assignments that they might have through the regular season. So I don't really think they're out there playing basketball, but I don't know if they're actually out there to win.
Exactly.
Now, they might whoop a team butt, but they out there executing their assignments. And I love to see. And honestly, when you watch the regular season, you see a lot of people jacking up threes. I don't see a whole lot of three jacking in the summer league. They might jack some threes, but
I really think summer league is for, like, I think of it as almost like the preseason in football. You're seeing, okay, which one of these guys I'm going to send to the G League, which one of these guys we're going to cut. Like, that's basically what, honestly, for a lot of teams, summer league is for. Like, hey, which one of the young players that we got, which one of these guys are we going to cut? Which ones are we going to put in the G League? But we know the young players we drafted in the top 5, they're making the final roster. But yes, just stop putting so much stock in summer league, because if we did that, once again, Kevin Knox would have been a superstar by now. But not saying that playing well equals you're going to be a bust. Just like, basically what I'm saying is, whether they play well in the summer league or they don't play well in the summer league, all that matters is how they play when the regular season starts. Where they get around the starters, where these young players get around the starters, get around the team, start playing with other starters. Like, that's what's going to tell me whether or not this player is actually, going to be good or not. But,
and to your point too, if we did put in serious stock into the summer league, the Lakers would have won a championship.
Yeah.
They had Josh Hart, they had Lonzo Ball, they had Brandon Ingram, they had what's his name? Caruso. They had Zubac.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. That's a whole starting 5.
A whole starting 5.
Randall.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of something. They might have had like one other player. Yeah.
Definitely.
But watch the summer league, y'all. It's very entertaining, I would say.
True. But let's go ahead and wrap this podcast up like we always do with our last second shout out. So, KJ, who in the sports world do you have to shout out?
I got 2 shout outs. first and foremost, I want to go ahead and shout out Lindsay Harding. She just won G League Coach of the Year, and now she just got hired onto the Lakers staff. So shout out to her. Lady coaches, we love it. And my second shout out goes out to DJ Burns, also getting signed to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna call him a North Carolina native, but he played for North Carolina State. If y'all remember him in him going up against Zach Edey in the playoffs.
That's baby Zebo.
Yeah, baby Zebo for real, and he done lost some weight too. I think he lost like 100 pounds, 85.
Oh, I'm just, whew.
Hey, the dancing bear gets lighter.
Exactly. Well, my shout out is more of an RIP to Joe Jellybean Bryant, the father of Kobe Bryant. He passed away, I think it was yesterday. My condolences go out to the Bryant family. I know this has been This is going to be a rough few years for y'all with the passing of Kobe and now the passing of Joe Bryant. So my condolences out to your family, and praying for your healing, and just praying for all you all just in general. So yes.
Can we also give a shout out to Kobe Jones, who also passed this week? My Ravens punt returner / wide receiver, number 12 with the Chopper City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Really in 2016, he was an incremental part of not only us having success in the regular and postseason, but winning the Super Bowl. Like, this man would constantly put us, if not scoring, put us in great field position so we could diddle running up the middle. We're right. Like, bro, yeah, that's. I think he was 40. He was 40, so.
And honestly, a lot of people were saying that he should have been the Super Bowl MVP of that Super Bowl, but they're always gonna give it to the quarterback. But
I definitely would have gave it to him, because if it were, we were winning, but still, like, he was really, like, at that point, at that year, like, I think he was the hardest. We had other, obviously, like Ravens, we had the energizer. I was gonna say the heart and soul, but he's really like the energizer buddy of the team. He was really our energizer buddy / our Devin Hester.
Exactly.
Man, but yeah, sad to see him go, and so bad.
So yeah, RIP to families of all those players, and hopefully once again pray for you all's healing. But that's all the time we have, folks. I am MC Ron with his co-host.
It's Kenneth, y'all.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be on the podcast and talk your sports stuff with the best in the business, that is me and my co-host KJ. All you have to do is one of two things. Either send an email to keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. That is keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. Or send us a direct message on Instagram. That is at keeping it 10 toes. That is at keeping it 10 toes. Man, my God. Man, Summer League's about to be over. The Wimbledon's over. I got no sports to watch. But in like the next 2 weeks, though. It's only the last 2 weeks because I think the NFL preseason is coming up. That's the only good thing about me knowing summer vacation is ending for me as a teacher. That football season is coming up. Yes. Ooh.
Go watch some
man. Huh? I'm not gonna watch Summer League. Well, I'll pop in. I'll watch a little bit of Summer League here and there, but it's not like something I'm going to. It's not something I'm gonna really gonna try to tune in. Sorry. But you all have a great day, a great night, and apparently enjoy the rest of Summer League.
sun is under my feet and I come in peace to compete. I don't run if you athlete. My statistics go up in weeks and I go visit the nearest creek and I get busy. Yo, mini MC really ballistic. Anybody can see any assistance. Everybody to see some persistence. Recognize I be really too vicious. The permanent beast and the demolition. Breaking up the street. Better partition. Better dot your T. Hannibal mention. How all you see. Putting my dick in the rap industry. Everybody bitching. Getting mad at me. Recognize Kendrick in a battery. And I'm charged up in a catastrophe. It's charged up in audacity. Y'all fucks never gonna hassle me and y'all luck.